Welcome back, boys. Today, at the minute, I'm at Bexhill-on-Sea near Hastings. I've come here because this is where I used to live as a little one, little nipper. So I thought I'd be back here today, do a video of where it all really started from. Starting from this point, working my way down to Hastings, and show you where the travelling all really started from, I guess. When I was younger, my parents got a double-decker bus. And that's what this video is going to be about. The story of the time I lived on a double-decker bus in Hastings and travelled Europe on it. So I'm at Bexhill now. I'm walking up to the skate park to do a bit up there. But for now, I'll show you the video from the news almost 20 years ago. Actually, it was 20 years ago. 2006, BBC Archives. I'm going to roll the clip now and then I'll show you a bit more when I'm back, boys.
Parked among the beach huts in St Leonard's is the Skylark. If you look close enough, you can just make it out. It's the Weller family's new home.
I'm Brian.
I'm Dawn. I'm Amy.
I'm Alex. I'm Sam.
In the spring of 2006, they sold their property in Oxfordshire and began an 18-month project to convert a double-decker bus into a mobile home.
Do you miss any of the sort of home comforts that you had in your old house?
No, we've got everything that we used to have in the old house. We've got fully fitted kitchen, coffee machine, cooker, full-size fridge, and even the washing machine.
The idea was to use the bus to travel across Europe and beyond with no fixed timetable or destination.
I've always been considered a little bit eccentric in my ways, but in saying that, you know, I tried to keep my feet firmly on the ground. But it was something we've always wanted to do. Travel was a thing that we wanted to do before Amy was born, or just after Amy was born. And we nearly moved out to Greece, in Crete in fact, you know, and we didn't do it. And I think we always felt like we should have done it.
The children, who are all pulled out of school, have home tutoring every day for a couple of hours. Their parents want them to gain as much life experience as possible. Alex has already embraced the outdoors and spends as much time as he can fishing.
Do you like being outside?
Yeah, it's really cool out here, and there's like all the sort of stuff that I like. Go looking on the beach, see what's been washed up and that.
When you're both in the bus, what do you do?
Well, just fight and play and...
Fight? You managed to find space to fight in here? As you can see, there's not much room upstairs. That's why Dad has to sleep downstairs.
Having had a taste of life in France last year, the family are now off to Ireland, and you can keep up to date with their adventures because everyone on the bus is keeping a blog. Asha Tanner, 5 News.
Right, boys, this is the skate park down here. I used to walk this with my dad, my mum, my brother. We used to come down here all the time, walking along, going to the skate park. It don't seem like 20 years has gone by. 20 years has elapsed in time. It was crazy to think about it. I was only a little nipper in that video, and now I'm a big nipper. So these are the just small little cliff faces. And today's video generally is just going to be having a walk back through history, showing you guys the bus, showing you guys the life that I had growing up and my journey from being young, I guess. Now we're going to head back and head to where the bus was actually kept and where we stayed and I lived, and yeah, give you a bit of backstory on the journey once we get there. So let's move down here and I'll give you a bit of backstory. Right, boys, I'm here. That is where the bus was 20 years ago. Back home after 20 years. It's changed a little bit. This is where our bus was, just there. And to be honest, it does look a bit run down, boys. From what it was when I was here to now, I'll show you what I mean. 2 burnt out caravans here and a burnt out motorbike. Wow. Remember playing in all these beach huts as a kid. I remember playing over here. Unbelievable how time flies, boys. Don't take life for granted. So I guess we better get into the reason I'm making this video. So 20 years ago, 2005. My mum and dad owned hotels and houses, multiple properties around Oxford, was doing property management, and they wanted a change, and they thought, why not come to Hastings, or why not convert a double-decker bus and go travel around the world? And that's how it started. I'll be throwing pictures up so you guys can keep up with the story as I'm going along. So my mum and dad brought the the bus, anyways. They brought the bus for a few £1,000s, and then spent the next 18 months renovating it into what you're going to see now, these pictures. So me and my brother shared a double bedroom, my sister had her own room, my mum and dad had a room, but my dad always slept downstairs because he had a bad back, always had a bad back, I remember as a kid. So my dad was always asleep downstairs. And that was it, we set off. First stop was back there, and then we headed over to France, through Spain, down into the Med, and then disaster struck. So disaster struck when we got down bottom of Spain, getting close to the Mediterranean. They CS gassed us, or whatever the gas is, they put in the lorries to knock you out. When I was 9 years old. They CS gassed the bus and then robbed it, took everything inside. That was only about 16 months after taking off from Oxford originally. But anyway, we got robbed, but we started, essentially that was the end of the journey. And if you wonder what I'm looking for a sweet shop I used to go to as a kid. Anyway, when we got robbed, we turned around, came all the way back up through Spain, across the Med, back to Hastings, right back to there. So it's a pretty crazy journey for being young. All these shops are all new. Down here. Is that the sweet shop? No. So I'm looking for this sweet shop. But we're talking 20 years ago, boys. So it's probably, chances are, it's gone like everything else in the UK. Real butchers here, look. No, it's gone, boys. Sweet shop's gone. It's all gone. That's replaced it, the Turkish barbers. Anyways, we're gonna head back round now, show you some more places around the front, and then we're gonna head off to a few different locations, down to the shipyard as well. Spent about a year up here, I guess, 2 years. But we're gonna head down to the shipyard after, check out that, maybe get some cockles or something like that. But this is mainly just a short video, I guess. It was going to be a shortish video about all our travels. So yeah, once the bus was completed, we took it to the NEC Birmingham, to the Caravan and Camper Van show. That would have been 2006, I believe, with the Cliff Richard lookalike. All this all changed, boys, all changed. 20 years gone by, and it looks like this. There was an old sweet shop in here. I can't remember where it was. I'm trying to find it. I think, like everything else, the Turkish have taken over. I used to have a friend who lived in this house just here, second one back. Used to play with him all the time out here, and this was all different. Never had any of this up. It was all open. It still looks about the same as 20 years ago. Abandoned, derelict. It's a shame really, because it's happened the same all over the UK. Everywhere you go, the money's gone out the areas. I'm gonna go and have a look now down the beach. Check this out down here. So back here, when I was a kid, this is where we would have been fishing. It's obviously high tide right now because this groin gets exposed and it comes right out of the water, and this is where we would have been fishing. I remember sitting on this little box, being 7 or 8 years old on that box. It was great. This was the place to be growing up. I've just actually had a really nice conversation with these two lads sat behind me. Shout out to you boys. Best ones in Hastings so far. I just wanted to get this little clip here of these beach huts, because this is where it all started in that little interview. So it really has brought it full circle back to this. I remember these beach huts as a kid. It was insane. The years of playing here were mad. And that's where the bus was, just here. So there's a cadet centre just here. And one morning when I woke up out of the bus, I come down obviously to run down and get on the beach quick. And I found a cadet army rifle, massive thing it was, just laid down here. And we was thinking, where's this bloody gun come from? So we took that back there, but there was all sorts of stuff going on. And it still seems like there is a bit of a caravan community here. There's a single decker bus down here as well. But this is crazy. It's just, it's not changed at all. It has not changed one bit. It's just a lot more run down, if I'd say. But this is where the cadet training centre was. What's gone now, actually? I think it was here. Was it here? Yeah, you used to come through here, and they used to go, there you go. The Sussex Army Cadets. All right, mate. The Sussex Army Cadets Force, Hastings. And that's where I found it, just here. We're now at the old town. So this is pretty cool, actually. They've got all the big fishing nets and where they used to hang them up to dry, and the smokehouses here. I'm going to take you over there and show you the fishing museum. Take a quick look in here whilst we're here. There you go. Got a bloody ship in here, boys. Bloody ships.
There's another one here.
What's that? How big that bird is? Spiny lobster. Brown hen crab. Seahorse. Pipefish. Vertebrae from a basking shark. Puffin. Oysters. These are the boys. 1818. Bloody hell. 1859. These old boys know how to do it, didn't they? What is this? Does a bloke look dead? There he is. The Winkle King himself. These ships. Got a little model of where we are. We're over here. We're just there, so we're going to go all the way down here, boys, and check out all these big nets.
Wasn't too bad. We got away, got from carriage reasonably quickly, and
Let's go get on that boat, check it out quickly. Going on this one. Down there, boys, different nets, bottles. Oh, boys playing Pokemon. I'd imagine it, boys, being out there on a ship like this. Photograph of this boat, RX2. Bloody hell, I've got an RX2. On a Hastings beach post World War II. That Hastings Fisheries Society. I'm gonna head out a bit now, boys, and head down to the fishery. When I was here 20 years ago, boys, I used to still be doing all the fishing down here, and in the mornings there'd be fish everywhere. Seems to have the trade seems to have died off a little bit, and this would be for hanging up the nets in there. Unbelievable. It was a whole different world, boys. This is the bit I remember coming down here as a kid and seeing smoothhounds everywhere, rough dogfish all over the place, on the floor. They would just get discarded. Here's an old boy fixing his fishing net, by the looks of it. You think people are still going out on things like this, chucking nets down. It's amazing. Look at this. This is history right here. Look Look at the woodwork, the panelling on this stuff. It's a different world from what we live in now. And I don't know if we're in a better world or a worse world, to be honest, boys. Right, boys, let's check out these other net houses. I'm on the back of it, I'm on the wrong side of it, really. I need to go around the front. Here we are, boys. It's incredible, this is. Look at it. Look at the size of these buildings. If anybody knows why they're so tall, let me know. This is where they do the fish market, in here. God, look at these buildings, boys. This is incredible, really. It's amazing history. They've got a freezer in this one by the looks of it. And then these are just open. Yeah, boys. Yeah, it's open. That's what it's like inside. Stinks of fish, though. I wonder if they have to get ladders to get up to them. Triple stacking sheds up. Right, I'm going to keep walking through the old town, boys. It's been lovely to be back here, to be honest. This brings back all memories of being a little boy. Look at that, boys. Coming up and down the hills. Incredible, isn't it, really? All the stuff people do, or once did, and now no longer do. The East Hill Lift. Amazing little piece of history here. Anchor, look at this. This anchor originally weighed 2 tons and was due to be lost during the time the English and the French were at war. Look at the size of the thing. Someone's living in there. Little cottage. Oh, and here's the fish net. Look, this is what I was trying to show you, boys. This is where they keep all their netting and their gear. It's incredible, their lanterns. It's amazing. We've lost all this history, really. Right, boys, there's another museum here as well. The Shipwreck Museum. Let's go in and check it out. How'd you get in? Here we are, boys. Look at this. A cannon. Bloody hell.
I need to search. I need to search. Search. Oh, I found it. Found it. What are you doing? I can't type. I don't know.
What we got here? Lord Nelson's flagship Victory. Bloody hell, boys. That's what we used to do. Make stuff like that. All the different types of knots here. Practice your knots. Pulley rigs. Let's have a go on it. Unbelievable, boys. Yeah, boys, they got a whole boat in this one. Got some cannons down here, anchors, and over here, the timbers bordering this path are from various boats and ships dating from the medieval times to the 17th and 18th century. They had to be reused in London's waterfront site and were returned during the London docks to redevelopment in the 1980s, 1990s. Unbelievable, boys. Look at these nails. Blacksmith made these. Hammered nails. Now it's just a nesting place. It's another ship. Look who we got here. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? What do you want? What do you want, mate? Why are you following me? Why are you following me? Huh? Why? Huh? Got you on camera. It's public. I can do what I want. It's public. I can film where I want, mate. Answer my questions, buddy. Answer my questions. Answer my questions. That's my little girl there. It'd be funny if it was someone else's kid. Look at these dinosaur bones been found around here, boys. Look at the clothes they were wearing back in the day. Imagine, boys, imagine what it was like being in that situation. $16.70. They were making boats like this, boys. Look at it. But yeah, it'd be a good day to be a metal detector. Find these. Right, boys. Out of here and on to the next one. I've left the fishing bit and I'm now in the old town. So we're gonna have a little walk through here together, check it all out. Look at it, it's lovely. It reminds me of when I was living in London and all the artsy people giving it a go, drinking coffees, talking about how good art is. And then they sell you a bit of tat like that. Yeah. It never used to be like this when I was here before. People were quite friendly, but now everyone seems to have an issue, especially with the camera out. But yeah, that was it, the old town, Hastings. I don't think I'll be coming back here, boys. Hastings scores the least amount of points on my list.
Yeah, they've got, what about sheep?
Yeah, Hastings will go down on, if we rate all the places, this is bottom of the list for being friendly with people. Right, boys, heading out of Hastings now, the little fishing village, down the back streets. It's a really old, ran down place. It's nice, it's got its quirks, but it's a bit old and ran down. So we're heading back now towards Hailing Island. So this might be the end of the video, and if it is, boys, drop a like, drop a sub, and I'll catch you in the next one.